Okay, guys, it's your boy Chips Ahoy, and today I am gonna be listing tier 10 tanks in World of Tanks because I love the game. First World of Tanks related video. Cool. Okay, let's start the list. We got OP, we got S, A, B, C, D, F, and question mark because they don't know why. So first we got the 113. I never owned a lot of these tanks, but I feel like this tank would be a B tier because it feels fast, has good alpha damage, has the good armor, it can get there. Actually, it's gonna go to an A tier. I've never had it, but I've seen videos of it and it looks pretty good. Now the 121B. This was a tier 10 premium. And I remember seeing this, not a lot, but I don't know really a lot of opinions about this, but I'm gonna give it a C tier. I feel like the gun makes it bad. I think it only does 400 max and it takes forever to reload, but I don't know how to make that a good one. Okay. And 121. This one I love. I love this tank. I'm grinding to it right now. It's a really good tank. It has the good gun. It has that mobility. Has the armor. It gets there. And it has the great DPM of I don't remember, but it has good DPM. So I'm gonna put this to an S tier. The 60 TP. I adore the 60 TP. It has that gun. It has the armor. It has that slight mobility. Has good gun handling. The aim time isn't too good, but the gun depression, the elevation isn't too good though. The concealment is good. The spotting is okay. It's just good. It's a really good tank. I would recommend this one if you wanted, but the line you have to grind down to get it is pretty bad. But I just like the tank. AMX 13105. A lot of people call this an overpowered tier 10, but it just doesn't go to me. I like damage and I like speed, so you would think it would do stuff, but I just don't like the reload time and the turning. The camouflage is awful. The spotting isn't even that good. I not really hate, but I don't like it. Okay, AMX 30B. C. It's just it's kind of worse than the tier 9. It doesn't have better alpha damage. It's the same gun. It has worse mobility. That's literally it's and also I just don't like the tier 9 too. So it's staying there. AMX 30B, that will go to an A tier. AMX 50B. What am I saying? Okay, it's a really good. It's like a Betchat 25T. I think it used to be the fastest heavy tank, but it got beat by something else. But this thing goes 65 kilometers per hour max. That is fast. Just to take that to standard, that is almost faster than normal light tanks. And it has that armor. It has the damage and it has it's just good. AMX M4 I forgot how to say the tank. F tier. I hate it. It's the alpha damage bad, the armor isn't too good. It's way worse than the tier 9. I hate this tank. Okay. FV217. Oh my gosh, this is an easy OP. This tank, I have to say, has the best DPM in the game, has the greatest armor, has the good gun with doing like 500 damage in like 6 seconds. It doesn't have that mobility, but the gun arc is pretty good. I think it's 45 degrees to the left and right. It's just the good tank that everyone wants. Okay, T10 15558. I find this tank in S tier. I love it. The autoloader. It's an autoloading artillery. I love this tank. I have it in my Xbox account. It's a pretty good tank. I get really good games with it. Has the alpha damage. Has the speed. It has the fully traversable turret. A fully traversable turret. That is a good thing. This thing has, I think, 4 shells? I don't remember. I haven't used the tank in a while. But it has 4 shells. And the intercrypt reload, I forgot. I think it's 4 seconds. It isn't like the equalizer, if you know that. But I just have that in S tier. Batchation 25T. I have this tank. It was my first tier 10. Insane. They recently buffed the armor, so the turret you could actually bounce. And also, this, if you angle it correctly, you can bounce some shots. So it's now an insanely good scout and sniper and damage dealer. This thing has 5 bullets, each doing up to max of 400. Just saying 4 times 5 is 220. Then put 2 zeros after that. That's 2,000 damage if you hit all shots and penetrate them. That is insane. I love the Batchation, so okay. Centurion Action X. A tier. Oh. A tier has the good DPM, has the good armor, has the mobility. It's a pretty good tank. I would recommend that one as your first tier 10. I would also recommend your first tier 10 to be a heavy tank or a medium. Light tank as a first tier 10, it's hard. Trust me. But I did a medium tank even though it's pretty much a light tank, so. Okay. Another tier 10 premium, I think? I don't know if it has that gold name if it's a premium. Because I don't play a lot of computer. But, the Chieftain? I would have to put it at S tier. A lot of British tier 10s, tier 9s, and tier 8s are really good, except for the artillery. Of course, the tier 8 artillery. I don't like that. But everyone has a good DPM, which makes it go there in everything. Okay, Conqueror Gun Carriage. I adore this tank. This tank is my favorite. That's why I'm going down the line. I'm at the tier 8. I'm doing it and stuff. Conqueror Gun Carriage. That damage. That damage. The armor. There's actually 100 millimeters on the upper plate. You could bounce this. No one has ever thought of bouncing an artillery. The gun is just insane. It arches over everything. You can get double kills. The splash radius is insane. It doesn't have that mobility, but the aim time isn't too bad. But I love this. I love this. E100. You would think like, oh, you would put it at S tier. Nope. Nope. Nope and nope. Thing is, if they're counting the starting gun, then yes, but I'm gonna say if they were using the 800, I would put it in B tier. Because not the 800, it was like a 155 millimeter. That gun isn't too bad. I like that gun. That's a gun that is balanced. It's recently been nerfed, by the armor, I'm pretty sure, but I say it's a pretty decent tank to go to. It's a lot of people's first ones, but my first is the T10 25T. E50, whatever the OSIF means in M. Easy OP tier. That thing has the RAM, the damage, the DPM I meant, the speed. The speed is insane for a high armored thing, because it's highly armored. I would recommend this one as your first tier, 10, because I would definitely, all the ones I've recommended, this one you should go to. This one, it's not hard to grind down. There's a tier 5 that's good. Tier 6 isn't too bad. Tier 7, it's pretty good. The tier 8, that's kind of good. Tier 8 at tier 9 is really good. And then, boom, you got the E50. It's a great tank. The Panhard EBR 105. I adore this tank. I love speed. That's like the main thing I'm going for. I'm grinding to this tank on computer because it's not on Xbox, if you didn't know that. So I adore this tank. I love this tank. Speed, if they can't hit you, then it's good. It's good. Okay, the 50, yep, automatic. This thing is like 3,500 if you hit all shots and penetrate them. I can't even say anything about it. Has good armor. It's recently been buffed because this top thing, an MS1 could penetrate this top thing. I'm not even joking. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so we got the Foch B. It's about the same thing, so I can't really say anything about that. Except this one is a little faster, I think. Okay, this one, I really don't understand this tank. I don't like it. It's like, the armor isn't good enough. It's not good at side scraping. It's not good at DPM. The turret armor is good, but that's like the only thing good about the tank. It's not really good at all. The FV4005 Stage 2. I can't really place it there. I need to... Okay, I need to add... Okay. I'm gonna add a row there. Just for the... This is gonna be the second row of OP, so... Okay. FB405 Stage 2. That thing... damage. Not good armor. The turret is insanely big and it's really easy for hitting, but... The damage. The mobility. The sword armor on the mantlet, I'm pretty sure. But... this thing's good. I love damage. Damage and speed. I love. Okay. Gorilla 15, I'll have to put that in the A tier. The thing is, this is a really good tank. It has everything. The thing is, it just has a big gun that easily gets damaged, and the armor is horrible. A tier 1 that only penetrates 15 millimeters can penetrate this. This turret is only 8 millimeters at one part of it. 8 millimeters at tier 10. No, that's not good. It's okay. I love the damage. The gun actually sometimes saves you if you fall down a hill. Not even joking. It's that long of a gun. It's the longest gun in World of Tanks. It's the armor that probably actually puts it at a B tier. Okay, GWE 100. I will go for an S tier on this one because it is so good. it has the hull of an E100. That means you could easily bounce this. Except for the turret, it's the big part of it. But if you aim for the bottom part of it, you'll easily bounce it. It's insanely good on how the armor is. The damage is insane. Everything's good. It's just good. It's just good. Get it. IS-7. Now, if I was doing this back 7 or 5 or 6 years ago, I would automatically put this to OP. Oh, wait, you can put 2? Hold up. Let us delete this. Okay. If you were commentating this back then, but it would be an OP, but today it kind of struggles behind. The turret is good, the body's good, the lower plate's horrible, and the back is barely anything. The back of the turret isn't too bad. The damage, 511 seconds. It just feels like you're playing an IS-3. It's not really that good. On my dad's Xbox account, he is a tier away from it. But it's just okay. Jagdpanzer E100. I don't know. I'll put this at S tier. It's actually OP tier. This thing has the hull of an E100, has the good armor even at the front. The only thing bad is the back armor and the side armor, sort of. The damage, that is an insane damage. 1,000 or 1,500 if you penetrate. That is insane. And the penetration with it's Hesh probably, is insane. It's good. It's good. It's the 2 key basically. So it's good. I would recommend this as your 3rd or 2nd tier 10. It's not that bad to grind down, except for the Nashorn and the tier 5. Yeah, that's not that good. K91, that's an automatic question mark because we don't know why it's in the game. That tank is so bad. 291 at tier 10. No matter how long it takes 11 seconds, 291. As you can suspect, because it's called K91, it only has a 91 millimeter. That is horrible. In this turret, you would think it would be good, and it has a big weak spot, and even the turret mantlet isn't that good. The armor's horrible. It has that speed, but that's the only thing it has. It's horrible. I hate it. Jeez, I can't even look at it. It's horrible. Don't go for this one. Unless you're trying to get every tier 10, then you should, but I'm never recommending this. Okay. The Kranwagen. Whatever. I think it's called the Kranwagen. This tank, I'll put it in OP. This thing is literally good with the armor, good with the damage, good with the gun depression, super good with the gun depression. If you get on the hillside, you destroy everyone. The concealments, that is very decent, actually. Everything is just very good about this tank. The Leopard 1. It's lagging behind a lot today. It has the thing to get there. It's the biggest one, but it has no armor and the damage in it, the penetration. It's never that good. This, I never had it, but I like the tank. The DPM is awesome. It's just a good tank. I would recommend this for the 4th tier 10, or maybe the 2nd one. The M60, it's literally the same thing, except it's a little faster, so I don't know what to do that. The Manticore, oh, no, ugly, no. Manticore's horrible. Like, you would think, like, oh, it looks like an autoloader, I'm gonna go for it. It's not an autoloader, it's a thing that does 300 damage each 11 seconds. It's horrible, and it has no armor. It's like, people were like, oh my god, please make the next tier 10 light tank to be good. No, it was horrible. I don't know why they put it in the game. The Maz. This thing has the highest hit points. Used to have 3,200, and if you got some thing, I'm pretty sure it gave you 3,500. The highest damage ever in this game, in just one shot, was 3,098. That thing, it was from a mouse or whatever. This thing is good. I would recommend this as your second or third or fourth. This thing has the armor, has the damage, DPM, everything. The only weakness is literally the back, and it's a specific lower plate of the back. So there was only one made in Germany. So Object 140, it's not my favorite. The DPM armor isn't good. It's not a lot of things are good for this. Object 260. I actually don't even know that tank. I don't know how to rate this. I'm gonna say by the look, it looks like a pretty good tank, so I'm gonna put it at A tier. Maybe horrible. This tank, maybe an S tier? Okay, I played this in the War Stories back on Xbox. This tank has the greatest thing ever. Like, it's insane. It's insanely good. I loved it. It has the good damage. Really good damage. You could block some shots with this. The gun can go anywhere. It can see up to 3,000 meters. 3,000 meters! That is insane. Okay, Object 268, I am gonna have to put you at D tier. It doesn't have the armor, and that ruins it, like, in every way. Okay, Object 268, sorry, version 4. It's actually way better. The version 4 is really good. It has, the gun to do it. They have everything to do it. They have the sort of side scraping, but it doesn't have a fully traversable turret. Has no turret at all, kind of, if you count anything, but okay. Object 277, I don't even know this tank. I'm gonna look at the look. The gun looks good. Armor looks awesome. You know, S tier. Okay, okay, no. This is just an insanely overpowered tank. I love it. The thing is, the main weakness of every Russian tank was its lower plate. Everything was the lower plate. This one removes the lower plate because it has 4 tracks, as you can tell. So you basically have no way to penetrate this at the front because the turret's insanely good. This upper plate you can barely penetrate if you had a 300mm pen. The back is the only thing, and even the back's upper or kind of upper plate even has 160. So it's a really good tank. It's premium though. I was gonna get this, but I didn't do the summer thingy. I forgot. Object 430U. I like this tank. It's a really good tank. It has the damage, has the armor, I guess. Has the gun handling, has everything. It's just good. Just get it, please. Like, it's a really good tank. The line to go down it is really bad, but it's good for what it is. Okay, Object 705A. That is a good tank. It's best side scrapers in the game. This thing has great side armor angled, because it's angled right here. And the turret, you can never penetrate. One part is 408 millimeters. No tank can pen that. So, this whole part of the turret is like almost unpennable. This part right here, this full front part, the lower plate is still 200 millimeters. That is insane. Like, gosh, I don't know what to do here. It's an insane thing. Okay, Object 907. I don't know. It has the good turret, has the good armor, has a very bad lower plate. I'll just give it to him. It's not too bad. Progetto. Of course it's going in the freaking OP list. What are you talking about? But literally, the Progetto is insane. It has the greatest damage per minute. I love the tank. I like the armor, everything about it. It's just good. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, Panzer, whatever, how you call it, I have seen this tank, and I couldn't beat it. I could not beat this tank. It is insanely good at side scraping. It has no side armor, which means that side scraping is literally the best. The lower plate is still 160. The back is like the only weakness. These little side things used to be horrible. No one liked the tank because these huge side thingies used to have only 60 millimeters. Every tier 8 and tier 7, tier 9 and tier 10 in the game would pen through that. But then they recently buffed it to 160, so a couple tier 8s could not a couple, a bunch of tier 8s couldn't pen it, so, yeah. The Remeto Panzerwagen, Wagen I meant, it doesn't have the accent mark with it. I'll do A tier. It's a really good light tier 10 light tank. It has the fastness, the sword armor at the upper plate. It has 160 angled if you angle it perfectly. The damage, that's a really good damage per minute. It has a really good damage per minute, unlike this stupid tank. I know it has the same damage as this stupid tank, but at least this one reloads in 8 seconds instead of 11. Come on, and this one has less pen. This one has more pen. Unless you want to dab that 2 key once in a while. Okay, the Sheridan, or the XM551 Sheridan. Oh, come on, when you think, you actually think, the Sheridan, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Sheridan, but this tank, good damage, sometimes has that good armor, good scout. This is the best scout to pick. If you want to do scouting, you should do this tank. The tank before it, the tank before it, ooh! The tank before it has a good derp gun. This one has a good gun too, good damage per minute. Okay, now we're going to the big boys. The big boys. This one is the first double barrel tank, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna do it for the memes. I'm gonna call it the Sty, or the STII. This tank is insanely good. I love it. It's insane. I love the tank. It's just good. I love it. It's a good tank in general. It has like real good. If you shoot both, there's an there's an option for shooting both guns at the same time, and that does almost 800 damage. And it has the armor, has the good, it has really good stuff there. The S2B1, I don't really like the S2B1. I really don't. It just doesn't have the armor, doesn't have the DPM, it doesn't have the good mobility. It's not a good tank for me. The STR-V103B, I love and adore this tank. It is the best sniper in the game, has the best camouflage, has the best speed for a tank destroyer ever, and it almost beats the Hellcat. And this thing looks like it would be sort of slow. The siege mode is good for flipping over tanks, and also good for really sniping. So it's a really good tank, and also, when I said it was good for flipping over tank, it also is good for a ramp. Look at that slant. Oh, yeah, you might think, oh, this has horrible armor, but at siege mode, this thing has 403 millimeters since it's angled. Nothing can pen that unless you're using heat, or HE. So this thing is really good. Really good. The Super Conqueror, this is known for a good tank, but I personally don't like it. A lot of people are going to get mad at me, but I personally, actually, should I go my opinion? Because I'm pretty sure it's a really good tank. I just never liked the Conquerors, maybe because I'm on the other side of the Conqueror, but the Super Conqueror, I don't even think that is in the Xbox version, so I can't really rate this, but I've seen reviews of it, and it's apparently the best tank in the game, so I'm gonna put it in OP. I'm gonna put it at the first OP. It's just to know. T100 LT. It is slightly better than the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. It has the better damage, and it has the exact same armor, except the lower plate's a little better. It has better speed. They can't really hit anything. The turret's insanely good for some reason. It's a good tank. I like it. It's a good tank. It's slightly better than a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, but it's good. T10E3, I love and adore, and everyone loves and adore. It has the good gun, has the good armor, has amazing armor. This Metlit can't even get penned by HE. This thing has 400, I think, or 238. It's hard to pen this thing. I mean, it has that big weak spot, but if you defend it, then it's easily good. T10E4. This one is a little worse than the T10E3. It's lagging behind, but it has the better traversable turret. It can turn a lot of degrees. It has the same kind of gun, it just doesn't have better armor. And the lower plate doesn't have the curve that makes it absorb HE shells. Okay, T10E5. This is the one that usually everyone goes to. Because usually when the M4 splits off into two tanks, there's usually this first tank, I forgot the name of it, was a really better one, and then the lower tank is really worse. So people regularly go for the upper tank, so they usually lead to the T10E5. So, it's a really good tank. I would recommend this. Not as good as anything else. I would put it at a B tier. Okay, T57. So if people went below in the M4 split off, they would get this tank. This tank is insane. I love it. It's pretty good. I love it. It has the autoloader of a good tank. It has the armor. Has the mobility. Has great mobility, actually. It's just really good in general. It actually has the highest chance of ammo rack in the game with a 15% chance, but I never really seen a lot of people get ammo racked in this tank. So I have to say it's a really decent tank and you should get it. It's hard to rate this over D tier or F tier. I'll put this in D tier. T62A, it's not my favorite. It just doesn't have the armor. I like it. It doesn't have the mobility. It doesn't have the gun. It doesn't have the gun handling. It's not a really good tank, so. T92 HMC, I'm gonna put it to A tier. Because, I feel like it's a really good tank. It has the best gun in the game. Has the greatest damage I've ever seen. Has the splash radius, the biggest splash radius of 4.3 meters. Gosh, that means that you could be like a whole 6 fences away and still get damage to 200 damage from that much away. And if you use the 2 key, you could just do thousands of damage at engine decks. Like easel. I say that a lot. T95 E6. T95 E6. I've never seen this tank. I'm gonna put it in question mark. I think that's what the question mark is, so I'm gonna put it there. Okay. TVP 150, that's an S tier. Easy S tier. It has the good gun, the good damage, the good everything, the good autoloader, the good magazine, the good armor. The good armor? The lower paint's horrible, I think. It's a pretty decent medium. If you want to get a tier 10 medium, it isn't that hard to grind down except for maybe the tier 6 and the tier 7, but it's a pretty awesome tank. Okay, type 5 heavy, we're getting to the good. This tank has the greatest gun, has the really good armor. It has a weak spot actually right here. It's 105, but that's still a lot. Artillery love this tank because the top armor isn't too good. But it has everything that you want on a tank. Get that as your first tier 10 heavy. Okay. The UDES 1516. It's a newer tank, actually, that I don't like. The turret is not that good. It's 90 or 80 millimeters. Even known, it's slanted like good, but that slanted still makes it only 106. So it's still easy to pen. This thing is super easy to pen. I don't think the autoloader's that good. I don't even think it has an autoloader that good. But okay, this one. This is actually the first tier 10 premium on Xbox, at least. It's basically this right here, but this one's a little better, so I'm just gonna put it here. It's really good. It's about the same thing, but it has the no weak points. So that's pretty good. Okay, we're getting to the final 3. Let's do it. Okay, WZ111 Model 5A. That tank, I don't know how to describe it. I've seen only one Quickie Baby video on it. So, I've seen it, and apparently it wasn't too bad, so we're gonna put it at A tier. WZ11 3GFT. Adore this tank. I love it. This tank, it has the good armor, has the good damage, insanely good damage. It has the better armor from the other Russian variant of it, which is, where did I put that? It's here. This one's horrible. They did it right. China did it right. They did a better one. Okay, so we're getting to the epic gamer. The last tank. Yep, the last tank. The WZ 132-1. I like this tank a lot. It's actually good DPM, has the good armor. The mobility is really awesome. I love it. The only thing that's bad is that the gun handling, it's on the bad side. Okay, save. And yep. And let me do that. That is my tier list of World of Tanks tier 10s. Hope you liked the video. Actually. I mean, very much appreciated. You subscribe. So, yes.